So it's finally time for finals, and I'll be facing SVEN, who was my testing partner for the whole season, which is nice because it means we did both very well. My other testing partner was Carl, who also made top 4, lost to SVEN. And yeah, so we'll be facing in finals. His team is based on Blastoise, as you can see. The matchup is not easy, I think, personally, because Blastoise is very threatening to my team offensively, between Dark Pulse from Froslass, Ice Beam for Garchomp, Aura Sphere for Tyranitar, Samurott and so on, and even the water coverage is potentially scary, especially when it's paired with Weavile. It becomes very scary for my team. Aegislash as well is extremely scary because it's very good against Froslass, and it has Sacred Sword for Tyranitar and Samurott, and it has priority. Also, Farigiraf can block my important priorities like Fake Out from Infernape and Sucker Punch, so that becomes even more annoying. So he has the faster Fake Out, he can stop my priorities, so it's basically very tough, and his team, offensively speaking, is very scary. He also has Orthworm, which can hold my Garchomp and be threatening to my Froslass or Tyranitar and so on. Unfortunately, I did not have time to test. I was away for a small vacation, and most importantly, I couldn't test with SVEN, of course, and also Carl wasn't available, so I didn't manage to do any gaming tests, and so I just kind of go blind, but this is what I've prepared. First of all, Froslass. I'm running a very offensive and bulky Froslass with no speed, because it's already outspeeding all the key targets, and accepting being slower than Raichu, which I don't really expect here. It could come, but not. I don't think it's the most important piece on his side. The only risk I'm running by being 0V in speed is that he runs Timid Blastoise max speed, in which case it would outspeed my Froslass, and that's annoying. I could have outspeeded it with just 4 Vs, but I couldn't really afford it, because this bulk allows me to be 3-hit KO most of the time from Shadow Sneak. I didn't want to be 3-hit KO from Aegislash Shadow Sneak, and on the special defense it gives me just a very low roll of dying from Dark Pulse from Blastoise. And with this offensive stat, it means I can KO Aegislash in the shield form with Helping Hand Shadow Ball, and Blastoise, if it's bulkless like max special attack, max speed, modest, with an Helping Hand Thunderbolt I have like 87% of 1-hit KO. And then I'm running Icy Wind in case it's like a bit of a bulkier Blastoise, for example. I can make it slower than my Scovillain and threaten it with Leaf Storm. And I kind of would have also liked Blizzard. It would have been better mainly for Farigiraf and Rhyperior, but I think Blastoise is the biggest threat, and because of that I'm running Ice Wind, and I can definitely play around Farigiraf. Rhyperior might come or not, but Blastoise is definitely coming, so I opted for that. Next piece is Rotom. Is coming with a Choice Scarf. Then it outspeeds his Scarf Vanilluxe and gives me speed control with Electro Web. And Leaf Storm can 1-hit KO the bulkless Blastoise as well. And Trick can be helpful against Farigiraf as well as Aegislash by removing his offensive item and locking him from changing stance. And Thunderbolt is just for coverage. The thing is, I was kinda unsure if I wanted Scarf Gardevoir or Scarf Rotom, mainly because Scarf Gardevoir could be very good against Noveurn and Weavile, and Weavile is also of course a big threat because of Triple Axle into Garchomp, Dark Moves into Froslass, and potentially Low Kick into Tyranitar. Though if I brought Gardevoir, that would be even worse into Aegislash, so I kinda went with this Rotom that can leave a Poltergeist, and it's also especially very good against Blastoise, which is also another threat, so this is my compromise. And yeah, as I was saying, it does leave Poltergeist, which is good, and with Trick I can potentially kinda stop Aegislash or Farigiraf. Then I have a Tyranitar. and I'm running a focus sash set with max speed adamant. This allows me to outspeed the potential fast adamant Aegislash, and most importantly it means I don't have to care about his bulk against things like Aura Sphere or low kick and even the water moves, and I can leave from an attack from +2 Blastoise as well. I'm running Knockoff to deal with Farigiraf as well as Aegislash, and I'm running Rock Slide Stab for his Ariados and Noivern and Weavile. And I'm running Full Play, which is a bit weird, but it's mainly a tech move against Blastoise, because Tyranitar doesn't do a lot against Blastoise, because Knockoff is just 65 base power. I could have run Crunch, but it doesn't pick the KO on Farigiraf, doesn't do as much, and it's not as good into Aegislash because I do want to remove their items. So I went Full Play. This way, if they Shell Smash in front of my Tyranitar, I can KO them with Full Play because they go to +2 attack, -2 defense. And I'm running Unnerve, mainly because I do not want to remove my heal on Froslass, defensively speaking, otherwise it will take more damage from things like Aegislash and Weavile. And the other benefit is stopping his parries. This means that if he's running like Occa Berry on Ariados, my Infernape can KO it, and if he's running Citrus Berry on Orthworm, I can stop it from activating and make his Shell Tail strategy harder, as well as it can stop Colbur Berry on either Farigiraf or Aegislash, especially because if I ignore the Colbur Berry activation, Knockoff will KO most of the time Farigiraf unless it's extremely bulky on the defense side, and in that case, like, even it does about a maximum of 98%, so even just a cheap damage like Icy Wind should bring it in Knockoff range. And that's the idea, basically. Also, Icy Wind benefits Tyranitar by making it outspeed things like the Blastoise, of course. The only downside I have by not running Sandstorm is not breaking a potential focus sash on his Weavile, Aegislash or Noivern, but I figure the benefits were higher by running Unnerve. Then I'm running Infernape with a very, very weird set. I'm running King's Rock Fling, which allows me to basically flinch one of his Pokemon even if there is Farigiraf on the field, potentially even flinch Farigiraf, instead of using Fake Out, which would be stopped. It also works on a second turn, doesn't have to be on the first turn it's on the field. This way, if, for example, I'm leading Infernape Froslass and he leads Weavile plus Blastoise, I can help him get Thunderbolt to avoid Fake Out, and then I can fling one of his Pokemon. The only thing I'm mostly scared about on Weavile is if he runs Icy Wind Weavile, because it kind of messes up my strategies and kind of forces me into going Scarf Rotom or maybe like Samurott or relying on Scovillain somehow. But like that would be the biggest threat. But as I said, I didn't manage to do any testing, so I'm just kind of going with my gut. Anyway, I'm going mixed. Close combat does the most damage around on any target, so it's there for things like Blastoise, Weavile, Farigiraf and so on. Overit is there because it KOs Aegislash and of course also the Orthworm, and most importantly it does not make contact, being a special move which is better into Aegislash because of King Shield. And the spread is made to outspeed the timid Blastoise, and the bulk allows it to leave one Poltergeist, and of course if I actually click a Fling I become immune to Poltergeist because I would lack an item. And the outside of that bulk, the special defense allows me to leave a Psychic from Farigiraf if it's not heavily invested in special attack, and the rest is in attack. Also, as like should also one hit KO Ariados, or it's like a very high roll. Summer then actually speed dives with my Tyranitar, but I didn't want to worry too much about the EVs. Like I kind of needed the others, and with this speed it also speeds Adamant max speed Aegislash, and the bulk allows it to leave like a +2 modest Aura Sphere from Blastoise, thanks to the chopped berry, also means it takes less than 50% from Sacred Sword from Aegislash, and it's also 3 KO from Poltergeist. And the chopped berry was kind of important because otherwise a Sacred Sword would have put Samurott in range of Shadow Sneak, so I kind of have to go with that. I'm running Aegislash, Sucker Sword, which kind of mandatory here. I was unsure between Sucker Punch because it can block priority and a water move to respect Rhyperior, but I figure like against this 6 he might even not bring Farigiraf potentially, especially after he sees that I do not have Fake Out. Sucker Punch can always be useful in the end game, especially if I KO the Farigiraf, and especially against something like Tailwind, it can be useful to reduce water spout damage. And then Scovillain is coming with the Citrus Berry, mainly because it's gonna redirect damage, and this allows it to tank things better, and especially once it gets procced. For example, if I reach Powder a double up from something like Blastoise or a Weavile plus Aegislash, the first attack is likely activating my Citrus Berry, and then because it activated I would become immune to Poltergeist and completely nullifying that second attack. And with this spread, with 1 EV in speed, I would outspeed both Noivern and the Weavile that run just enough speed to outspeed my max speed Froslass, because they don't really need more than that. That is if basically Moody boosts my speed. And with this much special attack, by being modest, I wanted to KO most Blastoises with Leaf Storm, unless they are extremely bulky, but usually doesn't play Blastoise very bulky, and if it is, it would be slow or not as offensive, so it should also be fine. And I'm running Flamethrower as coverage for Aegislash, Rich Power of course to redirect, and I'm running Helping Hand. This way if I need something like Scovillain and Froslass and it goes for Fake Out on Scovillain, I can again Helping Hand Thunderbolt the Blastoise to 1-hit KO or basically bring it in very low HP range, which gives me a lot of unexpected value. We might expect 1 Helping Hand, I don't think it's gonna see 2 of them, so it can be very useful for that. This was a very long season. Oh, I forgot to say, Aegislash of course also leaves Poltergeist plus Shadow Sneak after the Citrus Berry recovery, and it does leave a water spout from Blastoise. It's potentially a 3 KO from Weavile, I think. I don't actually recall because I made the spreads a long time ago. Like, this was my first draft with small changes. But yeah, this was a very long season. Happy to see how it ends, and hopefully we can beat SVEN. Okay, so first for were 5 I definitely did expect. There is Rhyperior, which is a bit annoying because I did not bring Blitzart. But that's fine, I think. I think I'll start with Infinite Froslass. And I'm gonna bring Samurott, Scovillain in the back, maybe. This seems reasonable. I have no idea how I want to lead, honestly. Yeah, I think this is reasonable. Well, actually, maybe I just start with leading Scovillain and Froslass. And I'll bring I could also do like Froslass. No, wait. Okay, I'll do Samurott and Rotom in the back, I think. Yeah, it's very weird, honestly. Okay. Blastoise Weavile, okay. I assume he's gonna click Fake Out potentially on the Scovillain, honestly. Like either he clicks Fake Out on Scovilla and should smash, or he goes for Ice Wind Water Spout. Either way, Froslass leaves that. The only downside on this play is if he switches out and goes for like a dark move on Froslass, honestly. So I just do that. He might be bulky enough that he leaves it, and the position would not be ideal, but anyway, then I can just Rage Powder and like Ice Wind. Okay, stays in and he's lower, perfect. Let's see if I can bait him and surprise him with a Ping and Thunderbolt. Ice Wind, okay, there is Ice Wind, that was my main worry, but I should leave a Water Spout. Okay. Okay, Scovillian, so basically my Scovillian spread barely leaves the Water Spout. I assume then he's like modest max special attack, and okay, is with some bulk maybe. And most importantly, basically after the Ice Wind chip, I got KO'd. Okay. So I think I will switch out Froslass for Rotom, and I go for a Sacred Sword. It's not starting well. That was my main worry, honestly. Okay, Protect Water Spout is probably not Shell Smash then. And Ice Wind again, okay. Still, my Rotom is faster because of Choice Scarf, even at -1. Okay, it's not Sash Weavile, that's extremely important. It might even be Scarf Weavile to outspeed my Scarf Pokemons at this point, because I know he did run Weavile Scarf in some past weeks to do these shenanigans, so maybe it's that. And now I can go for Trick. Honestly, I think I will go for Trick. I assume he's gonna go for King Shield, honestly. And there is Sucker Punch here. Okay, I did not go for King Shield, but anyway, I'm happy with Trick, because that can help my Froslass, basically. And I also get to scout his item. Choice Scarf, Aegislash, and was Okaberry, okay. And he gets locked into close combat, perfect. So he's not able to touch my... Like, he won't be able to touch my Froslass, and he's locked... he's also -1 defense, and he can't protect us, so he's a safe target for my Sucker Punch. Okay. So now I just Thunderbolt here and Sucker Punch the Aegislash. Okay, nice. Surprised by the Okaberry, honestly would have thought he'd go for the Spell Tag, because it's amazing against me anyway. Body Press, like, that's fair, Samurott dies, but Orthworm at this point can't win. Okay, so I won game 1. For game 2, the Rotom lead would be amazing, but I'm really, honestly, I really expect him to be Scarf at this point. With the Weavile, I mean. The fact, like, turn 2 against Samurott and Froslass, he clicked Ice Wind, didn't make much sense to me, honestly, otherwise. So if he's not Shell Smash, then Tyranitar is probably not perfect here, but the still the ability to have a nerve as a move is nice. Sorry, as an ability. So it probably leads differently this time around. It's a bit weird, but I'm thinking I could lead like Tyranitar Samurott, and I could have Froslass and Scovillain in the back. Because with this lead, I can scout for a Fake Out from Weavile, see if it's Scarfed and so on. And I also, like, if it does lead Farigiraf this time around, I can double it, and most importantly pressure a Sucker Punch into Blastoise, which is what I want. Yeah, it's very weird. Blastoise, Farigiraf, okay. Tyranitar Samurott. A nerve is probably not something we expected, so I'm just gonna go for Knockoff here. And Night Slash here. Let's see if he has Protect on the Farigiraf. Would be nice if he has Shadow Smash and wastes turn click and Shadow Smash. Okay, he's very fast with Farigiraf. Interesting. And he's also faster with the Blastoise, which is totally fair, but his Farigiraf is faster than his Blastoise. So I'm thinking, like, I'm 133 with both, and his Farigiraf just died, which is great because now I can just Sucker Punch. This means he's like timid Farigiraf, okay, very weird. It's probably made to outspeed my Adamant Pokemon, so it's probably like 114 with just that in mind. At least that's what I would expect at this point. So I'm just gonna go for Double Protect to see if it goes for Fake Out, though I think it doesn't have that. I think it's a Scarf. Very unexpected from Farigiraf to be that fast, honestly. Also a very weird lead for both of us. Okay, there is no Fake Out, so I think I'm right when I've been like, I think I'm right saying that it's Scarf Weavile. So I'm just gonna go for Rock Slide and Sucker Punch. Yeah, it does this card for sure. Right, he does get a double KO now. Dark Pulse, Water Spouter as Sheer Protector, so yeah, it's not Shell Smash. Most importantly though, I can just reach Powder if I want. Position left and switching. Actually, I think the right play is Protect and Flaming Tower the Froslass, sorry, the Weavile. That covers for switch out and it keeps my Froslass faster. And most importantly, my Scovillain is not gonna take much damage from either Dark Pulse or Aura Sphere, I hope. Oh, it's not Scarf, okay, so I definitely read it wrong. It's Icy Wind Protect, it's like Triple Axe or something. Okay, so I guess... huh. That's not something I expected. So it's not Sash, it's not Scarf. Defense boost, special defense boost. Okay, that's terrible for me. Okay, so I'm definitely dying from Dark Pulse, I think, at this point. So I might lose this game because of Moody, but that's on me for running it, I guess. But this also means that my Rotom lead is kinda safe for game 3 because I found out he's not Scarf. Please leave Froslass. Oh, okay. So as I was saying, my Froslass has basically has 12.5% of dying from modest max special attack Blastoise. I did not take in account Icewind chip, but anyway, it will be a roll, and I'm assuming this is bulky Weavile because my Scoville line is modest. Oh, it's actually a roll if it's Ruthless, which is a 70% roll in my favor, so I think this game's RNG was not in my favor, I guess. That's fine, I've learned important information. Okay. I think I'll just enter Dark Pulse because I have a -2 special defense. Yeah, okay. So I think I'm just gonna lead with Rotom and something. Actually, Rotom plus Infernape is not a bad lead for me because I can Electro Web Fling. I don't think it's bringing Farigiraf again, right? So I'm thinking I lead Rotom for sure. And it's an okay lead with Infinite because I have Helping Hand and I have also Fling, as I was saying, and I can Electro Web close combat the Weavile. Otherwise, like, there are a bit of different plays I can make. Squillen hasn't been amazing, unfortunately. I think I'll do something like this, maybe. There is also the option for like Rotom and Froslass as lead. Yeah, I think I'll do this for now. At this point I'm thinking might have Fake Out Weavile. He's never clicked it though, but he has used Icewind Protect and he has not revealed much else. He has not revealed his item, which I wonder what can be at this point. Blastoise Weavile, okay. So it's a bit of 50-50 here. I mean, even more than 50-50, like there are a ton of possibilities because we could go for... Basically, there is so much that could happen this turn because I can Electro close combat if he's trying to protect Blastoise and Triple Axel or Icewind. I can Fling if I expect him to Fake Out. There is honestly so much. I think I'll kinda go for Electro and Fling, expecting him to trade the Fake Out basically. Like maybe Fake Out, he goes for Fake Out on Rotom and Water Spout. Yeah, it's a very weird position, but okay, he did go for Mega, so I assume I did the correct play by going for the Fling. Okay, he also didn't go for Fake Out, so he might not have that. Maybe it's Icewind, Ice move, and oh, it's White Herb. Okay, that's terrible for me, I guess. Also Icewind on this side. So the position is not great. Basically, he can Icy Wind again, but he can also go for triple Axel right now. I think he's like more likely to go for triple Axel, so I'll just go for switch out and close combat. The Weavile. Are you at this position? Rotom come back, because I don't want him to die from triple Axel. Yeah, okay. And I remove the Weavile, which was probably the biggest threat here. And if he goes for Water Spout, like I do lose Infinite, but that's a fine trade because then my Rotom is the fastest Pokemon in the field. So I can accept that. Somewhat should also leave the attack. Yeah, Water Spout. Then I can come in with Rotom now. The worst possibility is like if he brings in Farigiraf, which is very fast, and is trying to click Thunderbolt on my Samurott. In that case, I think I'll just go for Electroweb and okay. I guess I'll just go for Leaf Storm at this point. Maybe I actually don't need my Scarf anymore, so I could remove this item on the Orthworm. I expect Blastoise to protect and maybe he tries to go for a Shed Tail, and if I remove this item, which is kind of... Sorry, which is going to be a knock... okay, he actually switched out entirely for Aegislash, I assume. Oh, Farigiraf, okay. The idea is I remove this item, which I assume to be either Citrus Berry or Chople Berry, and with the Sacred Sword at that point I stop him from switching out because okay, Citrus Berry, perfect. That was the best possibility for me. Okay, so actually didn't even go for the Shed Tail. Like, this is fine. Like, that's less damage than I thought I'd get, but it's still fine because I can... I guess I just go for Electrode, and given how fast he is, I don't think he's gonna go for... he doesn't have Trick Room, I assume, so I can just go Electrode, Protect, then like Thunderbolt and Night Slash. Bulldoze, okay, that's nice tech. Okay, well played on his side, and my Citrus Berry activation, but I think at this point I can just double up the Orthworm, and if he wants to Thunderbolt my Samurott, that's also fine, because then I have a free switch. If he has Bulldoze, Thunderbolt, I assume he has Psychic and probably has Helping Hand. I don't see him having a Trick Room here. With both at -1, my Samurott should be faster, right? And the double up should also KO. I haven't brought Rotom the last couple of weeks, so... Oh, how fast is this? What? It's -1 Farigiraf. How is it so fast? Is it Scarf Farigiraf? It has to be at this point. No, sorry, but... Unless it's like what? Like, yeah, it has to be Scarf Farigiraf, okay. So it's Scarf locked into Electrode, sorry, into Bulldoze, I mean. This actually is fine though, because it's at -1, right? I didn't miss the... Yeah, it's -1, so my Froslass is faster, and I can just Shadow Ball, and I can Thunderbolt the Farigiraf. I mean, I assume Shadow Ball is going to KO Orthworm, and most importantly, neither Farigiraf nor Orthworm can actually do anything to my Froslass at this point, so it's only the Blastoise that can do anything to it, and it's lower than my bottom, which can't be touched by his Farigiraf, so I should have won. I should be just winning this. Right, so how much does my Thunderbolt do to a Blastoise? Very hit sets from him, honestly. Didn't expect most of those. Like Thunderbolt is at 58%, even if he's like max HP. Thunderbolt does a 59, so I'm just gonna assume my Thunderbolt KOs the Blastoise, so I don't risk missing Leaf Storm. Yeah. Okay, so I won the tournament after starting, after closing the regular season week, regular season 3-3, which meant I was the only one without a positive score in Top Cut. I managed to win it all. Happy with that. Very happy. GG's to SVEN. He really surprised me with many of these sets, honestly.